aṣóńṣó abẹ́ ọ̀dàrà olórí agbẹ́rùlé o.
aṣóńṣó abẹ́
ọ̀dàrà olórí agbẹ́rùlé o.
aṣóńṣó abẹ́
láàlú olórí agbẹ́rùlé o.
aṣóńṣó abẹ́
bàbá mi olórí agbẹ́rùlé o.
aṣóńṣó abẹ́
láàlú tàrẹ wá o.
tàrẹ ṣàṣà tàrẹ wá bá mi.
láàlú tàrẹ wá o.
tàrẹ ṣàṣà tàrẹ wá bá mi.
láàlú tàrẹ wá o.
tàrẹ ṣàṣà tàrẹ wá bá mi.
ọkọ̀ lú tàrẹ wá o.
tàrẹ ṣàṣà tàrẹ wá bá mi.
ta ló dàpọ̀ nílùú.
èso ọ̀dàrà ló dàpọ̀ nílùú rẹ̀mẹ̀tẹ̀.
ta ló dàpọ̀ nílùú.
èso ọ̀dàrà ló dàpọ̀ nílùú rẹ̀mẹ̀tẹ̀.
tá ń dàpọ̀ nílùú.
èso ọ̀dàrà ló dàpọ̀ nílùú rẹ̀mẹ̀tẹ̀.
ẹni ṣẹbọ lóore.
èṣù
bí ẹni ṣèṣù lóore.
èṣù
bí ẹni ṣẹbọ lóore.
èṣù gbé
ẹni ṣèṣù lóore.
èṣù gbé
yóò gbé o èṣù ni ó gbé yá mi.
yóò gbé o èṣù ní ògbé yá mi.
yóò gbé o èṣù ni ó gbé yá mi.
yóò gbé o èṣù ní ògbé yá mi.
yóò pa o èṣù ni ó pọ̀tá mi.
yóò pa o èṣù ní òpọ̀tà mi.
yóò pa o èṣù ni ó pọ̀tá mi.
yóò pa o èṣù ní òpọ̀tà mi yányán.
alangajiga alangajiga èṣù ó gbé wa o elégbèjì àdó.
alangajiga
èṣù ó gbé wa o elégbèjì àdó.
alangajiga
a ò rí gún a ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣẹbọ.
alangajiga
a ò rákàlà a ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣòro.
alangajiga
èṣù ó gbé wa o elégbèjì àdó.
alangajiga.
Abora boy, this is Olu Fakola Dev Idin Kaifa Temple tapping in with you. Thank you for joining us. Today is Ile Juba. Happy new month to everyone. Thank you for joining us. You could be anywhere in the world, but you rocking with the best. Thank you. I want us to begin with prayer for today. Today's sermon, let us start with prayer. All right. Chill. Mojuba lorun, mojuba leda, mojuba loro mare, mojuba bobo rumale, mojuba bobo imale, mojuba bobo egun tembele soloro mare, mojuba Miss Mother Dear Lucida Inspire, mojuba Darsham, mojuba Base Prince, mojuba Fidelis, mojuba Cookadens, Walkers, mojuba Dahlia, mojuba Zion, mojuba Naga, mojuba Cooked Homes, mojuba Cooper Walkers, mojuba Jenny Dunn. Mojuba Katie Bradley, Mojuba Basketball, Mojuba James Owens, Mojuba Benino Tunu, Mambino No Block, Dennis, Hakusizo Mill, Mojuba Boboy, Guntum Dele, Solo Mare. Mojuba to all of my elders. Mojuba to my mother, Catherine. Mojuba to my father, Robert. Omo Catherine McCoy. Mojuba to my Baba Ifa, Shalagbade Popola. Mojuba. Irao Ifa Mojuba, Felipe Garcia Vermil, Mojuba Baba G Lato Sisa, Mojuba Agbola, Mojuba to all of our elders. Sheu Mojuba Awomedo Hochizano, Mojuba Oba Sejima Ade Fume the first. I won Baba Atiba. Add your bag. He who hears people's pleas accept the pleas. He who hears people's pleas and approves the pleas. He talks people and shows that the talk is completely absorbed. He who hears people's pleas accept the pleas, name Rifa. He who hears people's pleas and approves the pleas, name Shoda. He talks people and shows that the talk is completely absorbed. His name for Shanla. Or Shanla, you're the person known some things. Person knows one cannot fail to impress one. Slash one when someone's rainfall. Both frogs and someone's downpour. It is whatever that I can read your poem. True tells us, or with accepts. Whatever the big rat tells us, or with accepts. All what I tell you, Father, please accept them and prove them. All to show gratitude upon gratitude, all of our gratitude. To display benevolence upon benevolence, is all of our benevolence. Who else not show gratitude? Yes, says benevolence, such a person not see today's gratuity. These decorations to the 401 Rumela. I'm going to my Opoe, Dr. Rich Buji. These also decorations to a Rumela. I'm going to my Opoe, Dr. Rich Buji. I'm grateful. I see Michael Tuti. I'm grateful for yesterday's favor. I'll see today's Tuti. All to Arete. We are very grateful. Ashe, oh Lord Domari, we are thankful. We are thankful for life, health, strength, food, clothing, and shelter. Ashe. Awa dupe, awa bore, awa dupe, awa bore, adupe, ana, awa bore, unebo, alodumare, awa dupe, awa bore, awa dupe, awa bore. IFA DEVOTEES. Pounded yam without soup can very difficult to consume. These decorations are to a tutu. The child of our venerable, Hughes, full of bad character, use bad attitude to prevent him from entity basil man. Now it comes to list me half for tutu. We come to beg him, half for tutu. How many children does IFA have that he will cast him out? Those who beg him half for tutu. IFA, we ask that you would forgive us. Forgive us for anything that we might have done wrong, incorrect, any taboo we might have broken. We call on you on the Odu Ifa Ogbe Alara. Ifa, we ask that you ward off all death, ward off all sickness, ward off cases and controversy, ward off fights, litigation, losses in our fights, ward off witchcraft and negative energy from us. Bring forth to us long life, wealth, good spouse, good children. Ogbe Alara. A room that says time to sleep. I echo this time to sleep when the day down. I met a room in the 16th room, where he covered his head with a flowing gown full of lights. He was wearing a dress full of bloodstains. He was snoring heavily. They told him a delegate from his side rock. A room inquired what the delegate brought. They told him they brought 2 rats with them running, 2 fish goes from swimming, 2 birds with them flight, and 2 goats with big livers. A roomlet says, I have no enough, wake him up. I meant my ignorance, he's educated. Motuna Karaba, I hide myself in your bosom and survive. Motuna Karaba. Thou canst not square to be sagged by John Pili. Thou canst not square to be sagged by John Pili to form riches because of children. You are the leaders, we are the followers. These are the one who show the followers wisdom. Orumla told them to get alligator pepper, to get coconut, to get bitter coconut, to get alcohol. The couple got the alligator pepper, got the coconut, got the bitter coconut, and got the alcohol. That's right, now he is fully awake. Orumla, when you are fully awake, please look at me with eyes of compassion. This is with eyes of compassion that the heavenly stars look at the stars below. Oh, remember when you're fully awake, please look at me throughout your child want to secure a good spouse, such good eyes. My spouse is used to look at me with. Or remember when you're fully awake, please look at me throughout your child want to. There are many children in such good eyes. A child should use and look at our weather greater play. Be for long, not too far. Join us in the midst of all the read in life. I shall, if I hear our prayers. Ward off all death, ward off all sickness, ward off cases. Controversy, ward off fights, litigation, losses, and our fights from us. Ward off witchcraft and negative energy from us. Bring forth to us long life, wealth, good spouse, good children, longevity, prosperity, victory over adversity, peace of mind, healing, and all the things of life. I shall. Ifa, please move my ego out of the way so that we can hear words of Ifa, so that we can hear words from Oladomar. Am I coming many amo? Am I coming many ano? Am I coming many adeloku? Etamole, sorry Ifa alone me, a bora timpanene, and a banami. Only let you show if I would call on Oshe Aruela to support these prayers. Oshe Tra, Akekini Bagisa, and the mouth of Noah's Adibanashe, the mouth of war, Akekini Bagisa. Tiny other feudal people, the stripe of command is not big enough to use his headgear. Had it been enough to use his headgear, I would have taken it home and adorned my head with it. These five decorations to Aruela when going on a spiritual mission to Jebulin. We call locals and send pay money, consult and make it rich. Found Aruela to respect in the Jebulin. Oh shit, Aruela is a god. Oh, I share. In the mouth of one, Zazibana, share in the mouth of an owl. If I will. Abstract sharp against you, casting far for Roman when he see be buying that shit from all of them are. If no one touch real to she'll be wealthy. I can't get it back inside. In the mouth of an owl, Zazibana, share in the mouth of an owl. If no touch have joy, she'll have joy. I can't get it back inside. In the mouth of one, Zazim. Ibana, share in the mouth of an owl. If no touch have victory, she'll have victory. I can't get it back inside. In the mouth of one, Zazibana, share in the mouth of an owl. If no church have joy, she'll have joy. I can't get back inside. The mouth ones I tibana shed. The mouth of now will talk sing. Maybe so, surely shall it be. Ashe orisha lenu mi o. Ashe orisha lenu mi. Obon ti mo ba mama wi o. Iru mo le oba. Ifa opa o. Ashe orisha lenu mi. Bímọ dúró tí mo ṣúré, bímọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí mo ṣúré, bímọ kúnlẹ̀ tí mo ṣúré, bímọ jókòó tí mo ṣúré, ire tí mo ṣú orí ti bọ́. Orí ẹni làrúrẹ ìyẹn ni ọ, orí ẹni làrúrẹ ìyẹn ni. Mojula mi fa wa mori, ori eni larure yani. Shoo. Obore chasu. Ifa oba Ọlọ́run. Àti bàtàjú. Ifa oba Ọlọ́run. Ó ṣe àrú ìlà Ifá ti bọ́. Olodumare and the divinities, we thank you for life, health, strength, food, clothing, and shelter. We thank you for all the things that you've provided for us. We ask that you would move negative energy, move evil things out of our way, and bring forth to us long life, wealth, good spouse, good children, longevity, prosperity, victory over adversity, peace of mind, healing, and joy. Help us to hear these prayers and help you to hear these prayers so that we can bring manifestation of our destiny, so that we can find, follow, and fulfill our destiny. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe, Aboto. Thank you for joining us once again. This is Oluo Fakola de Idin Kaifa Temple. I would like, honestly, for everyone to please, 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 at this very moment, like and share, like and share, like and share. This is going to be a very, very, very important, essential sermon for everyone involved. I want to send shout outs to everybody on Facebook Live, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Instagram, and I want y'all to like and share this video at this moment because we're going to be sharing some pertinent information. Also, send me a shout out if you are tuning in new. Shout out if you're tuning in and you've been rocking with us for a while. Send me a shout out. All right, you can put it in the comments and we'll acknowledge you at the very end. Thank you once again. All right, so I want to start off this sermon by discussing the fact that this is going to be a 3-part Ile Ijuba special message for everyone. Survival strategies for IFA practitioners here in the United States of America. I remember many years ago, I read a book by Anthony Browder entitled Survival Strategies for Black Folks in America. If you ever get a chance to read that book, please purchase and read that book. I will be using a similar format as his, and I will be applying this format particularly to IFA practitioners and using IFA principles, IFA verses to assist us in processing the surviving of us in America. You may ask yourself, why do we need to survive 2025 or even survive the United States for that matter? My response is you must not see what's happening in the United States today. Many civil liberties for Black folks, brown folks, marginalized communities are being revoked and denied. In the past month alone of January, there have been at least 4 lethal aircraft accidents, crashes, collisions, mishaps on United States soil. My condolences to all of those families who have been affected. Day 1 of 2025, we had a terrorist attack in New Orleans on Bourbon Street, killing over 10 people and injuring over 30. Pacific Palisades has burned, Altadena has burned too. The immigration and customs enforcement has been snatching young folks at schools, at work, on the street. Any undocumented immigrant, there is literally a hotline for folks to call and tell on suspected undocumented immigrants to get them deported. And I must use a quote by Langston Hughes at this moment from his poem Harlem. He says, "And here at the edge of hell stands Harlem. We as marginalized majority, yet disempowered politically, people, we must say the same thing. Here at the edge of hell stands America." Hughes goes on further to say, so we stand here at the edge of hell in Harlem and we look out on the world and wonder, what are we gonna do? In America, we are posed with the same question. What are we going to do? If you have any level of consciousness, perhaps you would be in a state of rage at all times. Reading James Baldwin, he says to be Black and relatively conscious is to be in a state of rage at all times. When we think of the things that are happening today, how is it that we can process this rage into something useful, process this situation into something that can bring us elevation? And here at the edge of hell in America, what are we going to do? I ask, what are we going to do? How do we make our understanding of IFA meet the needs of our people? How do we address those in pain, those suffering folks? How do we make it in America with such uncertainty? So this is my contribution as an AWO to address the needs of our community with the support of IFA. I prepared a 3-part sermon series addressing the unique facets of humanity that can be applied by anyone. We will be addressing first the mind. Second, we'll be addressing the body. And lastly, of course, we will be addressing the spirit. This week, we're discussing the mind. So, as we begin that process, I want to ask you all the question, what is the mind? Webster's dictionary identifies the mind as the element of a person that enables them to be aware of the world and their experiences, to think, to feel, the faculty of consciousness and thought. I want us to entertain that aspect of thought, feeling, and consciousness, conscious awareness. When we think of this, the mind is the powerhouse of our consciousness. I would add that a fully developed brain creates a mind. The brain is the biological aspect of consciousness, where the mind is the construction that allows one to analyze it all. The mind allows one to analyze even the brain. It is the mental expression of the brain. We as IFA practitioners call this Ori. The Ori is the head, but it is much more than just the head or the physical aspect of the head as we know it. It is also consciousness. It is that spark of divinity that is placed inside us. It is the aspect of the head that is the consciousness that allows us to perceive our destiny. It is that awareness. Ifa says, in Oshe Irete, Oshe te te te, and Irete te te, Oshe Irete. They were the owl, cast Ifa for Ori when Ori was coming from heaven to earth. He was advised to offer Ebo, and he complied. Bana, ba, lasso, he who has a strong, thick tuft of hair. And Atari Akeni Oni Modu Modu, the head of the axe has no brains. They were the ones who cast Ifa for Sen Tisoro, the sentinel of heaven. He was advised to offer Ebo. He complied. Now, Sen Tisoro, please listen attentively. Sen Tisoro, in the same way Ologbon chose his destiny before departing to the earth. Sen Tisoro, please listen attentively. Sen Tisoro, in the same way Aries choose their destiny before departing to earth. Sen Tisoro, please listen attentively. Sen Tisoro, in the same way Arangu chose his destiny before coming to earth. Sen Tisoro, please listen attentively. Sen Tisoro. This is the story of the construction of the Ori at conception. The Irumoles, known as Sen Tisoro, is the one who is engaged in that part of listening to one's destiny and stamping approval. In this Ifa, Ori was coming from heaven to earth. And before Ori went, Ori consulted Ifa. Ori wanted to know if he would be able to choose a good destiny. Ori was advised to offer Ebo, and Ori complied. Ori then went into the realm of Sen Tisoro, also known as Alumo Kerebete. When he went into that realm, any person, anything, all things must go into that realm of Sen Tisoro. And when they go there, they must pay their due. While in Sen Tisoro's realm, Ori met two Irumole. One was Panapa Lasso, and the other was Atari Aka Ni Modu Modu. These Irumole asked Ori what he wanted to choose. As part of Ori's destiny, Ori chose Ire Ajay, Ire of spouse, or Ire Ajay, Ire of wealth, Ire Aya, Ire of spouse, Ire Omo, Ire of children, Ire Ile, Ire of a home, Ire Eshin, which is Ire of a horse. But what we look at that is Ire of transportation. He chose Ire of prestige. And then he chose Ire Baba, which is all Ire. And then he also chose Ori Ire, which is good luck. Without that good luck, you won't be able to have anything. Sententisoro did not allow anyone to choose more than one destiny before going into the world. And no one could choose any Ire on earth without offering Ebo, Ibo, Itutu, or Ipese. They couldn't choose any other Ire without offering Ebo. So Ori had offered Ebo on all these things. Ori and Panapa, Lasso and Atariake ni Oni, Modu convinced Sententisoro that all those Ires were Ires that had been chosen by other people too. So they were not new choices. They convinced Sententisoro to allow people to go in and make as many good choices as they wished. But the thing that will be transformed is that the way these Ire would come. The way these Ire would come would be altered. So no two people would have the same destiny. No two people would have the same Ires as well. Ire would come either later in life. Ire would come at a gradual time. So that is how the Ire was picked. This leads me to my first point. We choose our destiny before coming into the world. And we can also offer Ebo in order to augment our destiny when we have arrived here. So, when we look at this, let us analyze destiny. There are at least three facets. Number one is Akunleyan, which is that which is chosen while kneeling. Akunlegba, which is that which is received while kneeling. And Ayanmo, and that is the aspect of one's destiny that cannot be changed. All of these three things are encapsulated inside of the Ori, and that then is your destiny. First, we choose our destiny, which is Akunleyan. And once we choose, then the Irumole see our choices and they give us Akunleba, which is the things that support that destiny to assist us in manifesting it. And also additional juicy pieces of destiny are found there. And then our Ayamo, that Ayamo is that aspect of our destiny which cannot be changed, which we cannot change our parents. We cannot change our race, even gender. We cannot change the place in which we were born. All of those things are all of those things are Ayano. Those things that cannot be adjusted once we get to earth. But the key here is there are aspects of our destiny that can be supported, bolstered, adjusted. That Akunleyan and that Akunleba. Once we get here, we can make choices, we can do various things to bolster them and transform those. Which leads me to the next Ifa. Ika Aparo Ifa says, Ika and Otura, Awo of Enu the mouth. Cast Ifa for Enu the mouth when going to cause the death of the Ori. He was advised to offer a bow. You are not wise enough and you are not knowledgeable enough. Don't you know that the mouth is capable of causing the destruction of Ori? This is powerful work right here. This is a powerful Ifa verse. Why? You gotta think. Ifa says that the way you think, the way you act, the things you say can directly affect the manifestation of your destiny. One can have a good destiny, but because of poor choices, they can destroy a great destiny. And one can have a poor destiny, and because they make great choices, they can have a decent life. Essentially, once you choose a good destiny in Orun, you must keep making good choices here on earth. Point number 2, choose well. Choose well. Your mind, your destiny, your Ori, all are supported by choices. No matter what, you have to keep on choosing, keep on affirming, keep on making your destiny. You can choose a good destiny, but the key is manifesting that destiny. So if you have a bad attitude, if you have a bad outlook on what is going on in the world, you can taint your destiny. You can transform the way your destiny manifests. If you have a positive outlook of the ultimate goal of your destiny, you will be able to somehow manifest it. Make good choices. You need to have hope. You need to affirm hope, affirm choice, affirm greatness into your Ori. I want to share another verse. This is from Ogbe Yeku. Ifa says, Ogbe Yeku is the father of all Ifa combinations. Longevity is the father of Edan. Torrent is the father of rainfall. These were Ifa's declarations to the Alafin of Oyo, the honorable husband of the kings, has many wives. He was advised to offer Ebo so he would prosper throughout the year. He complied. Before long, not too far, join us. The era of wealth has come in abundance. In this story, the Alafin, or the king of Oyo, had been installed very, very early in his life. His business, his commerce, the things that he was trying to do in order to succeed financially, they were not coming to pass. The king of Oyo was very poor, and this caused him to worry. He went for Ifa consultation, and he was asked to offer Ebo of 2 agutan, 2 sheep. One was Ebo, and the other would also be fed to his Ori. He was also told that he needed to get at least 10 meters of white cloth. And what he would do with this cloth is he needed to make an agbara, a dashiki, and a fila, a hat, in order to go with it. The finest of clothes. He was told to put on his fila, his agbada, and dashiki, and white shoes. And he was to sit on a new mat. And this would be how his Ori would be fed. On the day of the ritual, he shouldn't go anywhere. He needed to stay right there home. And he also needed to leave the door open and unlocked because of the spirits in charge of his prosperity should not be kept outside of his home. Ifa says that within 1 year's time, the spirits in charge of his success had visited him several times. They found his door open and unlocked, and they entered his home. And the Alafin of Oyo became very wealthy. This leads me to point number 3, and that point is be open. Be open. The Alafin of Oyo had to leave the door open. He had to feed his head and he also needed to dress very well. What that means is you gotta look the part. When you meet yourself, you gotta meet yourself looking good. You gotta meet yourself looking pristine. This, in and of itself, is an affirmation because the Alafin of Oyo had to dress the part in order to manifest his destiny. The Alafin had to dress the part. He had to dress in the way Olodumare saw him. And then on top of that, he had to leave his door open and unlocked so that all the Ire, all the spirits that supported his greatness could come in. Ifa is saying there, you got to be open to change. You got to be open to the possibility of something different in order to manifest your aspirations. Everyone type in the chat, be open. Be open. Be open. Be open to the possibility of your destiny. The destiny that Olodumare has made for you. And you got to be able to see yourself in the way that Almighty God, Olodumare, sees you. You can't see yourself sometimes the way you see yourself, right? Dressing shabby, looking crazy, talking crazy. You got to look the part. You got to look pristine. You got to look great when you meet yourself. Lastly, Ifa says in Ogbesa, if one's Ori does not kill one, no king can kill one. These were Ifa's declarations to the Dundun drummer in Olofin's palace. When he was faced with so many tribulations, he was advised to offer a bow, and he complied. Before long, not too far, all Ire came trooping in, travelers to Ipo and Ofa town. Don't you know that if one's Ori does not kill one, no king can kill one? This story is so powerful. There was a man who was a drummer, and he was a drummer in the Olofin, the king's palace, and his name was Biorieni Pani Obaka Kole Pani, and that name generally meant if one's Ori does not kill one, no king can kill one. He was a popular drummer. Actually, he was the most popular drummer. He was so popular that even at a certain point, the king took offense to his name. The king was literally offended by his name. People were saying, look, there's a guy by the name of, if one's Oriwa does not kill one, no king can kill one. And the king took it as a personal offense. You know what? I'm going to kill him. I'm going to see. Let's see if his name holds true. So the Dundun drummer was interrogated about his name. And the king said, why you got this name? Dundun drummer said, I didn't choose it. The world chose it. Other people chose this name for me. They named me this by seeing me in the world. They named me this. That's powerful. Other people calling out your blessings. The world named me this. I didn't give myself this attribute. The world did. So the drummer was asked, do you believe that this is your name? He was like, yes. Do you believe that this is true? And the drummer said, yes, it's true. And the king became more offended. He got more angry. So you believe that if your head don't kill you, then nobody else can kill you? Yeah. So the king devised a plan to teach the Dundun drummer a lesson that he wouldn't soon forget. The king procured a very, very, very expensive ring, and he then gave it to the Dundun drummer, and he said, I want this ring within 7 days' time. On the 8th day, if you are able to possess this ring, we'll see. But if you lose this ring in any way, I'm going to kill you. So the Dunun drummer went back home, and he had 2 wives. And he shared with his wives what had happened. And he took the ring and he put it in a high place and hid it. Only the Dunun drummer and his 2 wives knew where the ring was. Ironically, the king had sent his chiefs to talk to one of the Dunun drummer wives, and they had bribed her. Look here, we're going to give you this money to ensure that you take the ring. And anytime we request the ring, you give it to us. All right, you know where it's going to be hidden. You give it to us. All right, and we'll pay you well. So the Dunun drummer, unbeknownst to him, he was sharing his secrets with someone who didn't care very much about him. So he hid the ring, and the chiefs requested the ring from the wife. She found it, and then the chiefs then took the ring and they threw it into the middle of the ocean. Shortly thereafter, the king said, hold up, Dunun drummer, tomorrow I want to see you. I want to see that ring. The Dunun drummer went and looked, and he realized that where he had placed the ring, it was gone. What did he do? He went for IFA consultation. The Babalao said, look, you will be just fine. I need you to offer a bowl with 1 fresh fish. So the Dunun drummer took his boat and he went off into the sea and he caught some fish and he went for a bowl. And as the Babalao was offering the abo, he cut open one of the fish and the ring came out. He showed it to the king. The king was not fazed. The Dunun drummer went back home, told his wives where he hid the ring. He hid it again. The chiefs requested his wife, I need the ring. The wife said, here's the ring. Gave it to the chiefs, and this time the chiefs buried the ring on the footpath. Then the king said, oh, Dunun drummer, I need that ring. I need it today. The Dunun drummer went and looked, couldn't find the ring. He went for IFA consultation. The Babalao told him, I need 200 grasshoppers. I need 200 grasshoppers. That will be the abo, and you will be just fine. Now, in Nigeria, the grasshoppers, they burrow into the ground. So you got to dig into the ground, into these little holes, and get the grasshoppers. And the Dunun drummer was digging on the footpath, getting the grasshoppers, and as he was locating grasshoppers for his abo, he dug up on the ring. He took the grasshoppers and offered the abo, and then he went to the king with the ring. The king was still not fazed. He said, let's try it again. The Dunun drummer took the ring. He told his wives, look, I don't know how people are finding this, but don't tell nobody. I'm going to put it in this box. And he put it away. The chiefs then came and bribed the wife once again. And they said, look, give us the ring, and this time we're going to hide it real good and pay you very well. They paid her. She gave him the ring. And this time the chiefs took the ring and they hid it in the refuse heap. The king called, and the king said, look, I need that ring. Dunun drummer was like, dang, I can't find it. What did he do? He went for IFA consultation. The Babalao told him, you're going to be just fine. Don't worry. All you need to do is offer a bowl with 200 maggots. Where can he find maggots? The only place he could find maggots is at the refuse dump. So he went to the dump and he's picking through all the garbage and the mess and the boo-boo and the foo-foo and the junk, and he's pulling out maggots and putting them away. And as he's doing this, he finds the ring. He takes the maggots and offers Ebo and brings the ring to the king. The king was so surprised. He had devised everything to destroy this man. All he could do was submit. He then said, I will divide my kingdom into half, and I will give you, the Dundun drummer, half of my kingdom, because you are indeed that person. If one's Ori does not kill one, no king can kill one. My last point is this. Get your mind right. If your mind ain't right, you wrong. But if your mind is right, no king, no situation, no president, no executive order, no ajogun, no threat, no thing can kill you, destroy you, derail you, or detract you. How do you get your mind right? First, you got to be optimistic. You must have hope. You must harbor a positive attitude. You need to also offer Ebo. Once you offer the Ebo, you need to be confident. You must figure a way to maneuver in this world without fear. The fear we entertain ruptures our aura. Lack of confidence, anxiety, doubt are all the enemies of offering Ebo. These are also the enemies of very spiritual people. Entertaining fear, entertaining anxiety, entertaining doubt for an extended period of time even reduces your immune system. If you have offered Ebo, and the Ebo is from a competent Babalawo Ianifa who has studied, and they know, as Chief says, and they know their onions, you must never entertain any fear. If you are in alignment with your destiny, then the negative forces that may come against you will never be able to succeed. If you are in alignment with your destiny, those negative forces will abort their mission, because if they come against you, it will be as if they are entering a losing battle against someone who is right in the will of God, right in the alignment of what God has set forth. You want to be in the flow of the power of Olodumare. That is the blessing of your destiny. So what do you need to do? You need to protect your energy. Protect your Ori. Remember the points that we made today. Remember, one, we choose our destiny before coming here. And when we choose, we need to keep choosing and making good choices. And once we choose, we got to choose well. And we must be open to the possibilities that, you know what, this destiny might manifest not in the way that I think it will. It might manifest in some interesting way. And last but not least, we got to get our minds right. And that is one of the ways we'll survive 2025. Aboru Aboye, I thank you for joining us today. Have a couple of announcements. So, one, remember this Friday, the 7th of February, is Itarogun. We'll be casting Itarogun on that day. Also, I will be opening up a book club. Please join. I don't want to do these things and not have the support of our community. So we'll be doing a book club and we'll be reading a very interesting book. I'm going to announce it in the coming days. Also, for the brothers, we're going to revamp Makings of Men. So we'll be doing Makings of Men on the second Friday of this month. So please join in if you are interested and you want to become a powerful man within this community. Please join. If you love what you're hearing, if you like what we're doing, please like and share. Also, please donate. Remember also that this is a 3-part series. This is merely part 1. We do Ile Juba at Idinka every first and third Sunday of the month. So the next one will be February 16th. That will be part 2 of the survival series. And that will be entitled The Body. All right. So thank you for joining us. Let me see who's tapped in. And go there and highlight these comments. Thank you. Aboro Aboye. Thank you. Fadeke. Abo Shisha Boto. Danielle, thank you for joining us. All right. Thank you. Ashe, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Fadeke. Once again, we choose our destiny before coming into the world. Ashe, choose well. Ashe, be open for sure. All right. Yes. Thank you so much, Bora Boy. Thank you so much, Maisha. Good to see you. All right. Good to see you, Alicia. Boshisha Boto. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Yes, we'll be joining. I'll be posting flyers for the book club. It's coming up. And please join and also donate for that process. The thing that is frustrating sometimes is lack of support. If you like what we're doing, support what we're doing because we're addressing your needs. We're addressing the needs of our community. Thank you. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Danielle. All right. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. All right. Thank you all for joining. And please let others know. Like and share. This is going to be an important and I would say an important and rich process that we're doing. So before we close, Olodumare, we ask that you would support us in finding, following, and fulfilling our destiny. Help us to be solid in our mind, solid in our ori, and walk within the path that you have set for us so that we can find, follow, and fulfill our destiny. Protect us. Protect us. Help our oris to warn us when danger is near, and help us to listen. Help us to be so in tune with that conscious connection to God that we can stay in alignment for extended periods of time. We thank you for life, health, strength, food, clothing, and shelter, and continue to assist us in this process. I thank you all for joining us. We will see you next time, and please share this video. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe, Aboto.
Alone for this time, returning to the peace of mind.